should you train for a thru hike? Specifically for the Appalachian Trail, but for most thru hikes? Well, the answer is no. But let me tell you why and explain to you visually on how it's not really going to help you the way that you want it to. So it would be better to just get more knowledge than more in shape. Okay, so imagine this. You're about to go do a marathon in 6 months at a place unknown to you in the world, on an unknown terrain, at an unknown altitude, and in the middle of the race you're going to change tracks. How do you prepare for that? And the truth is that you don't. Not really. Because the rules are different. And it's not really a marathon at all. But that's okay. Okay, so the 3 reasons that you probably don't and shouldn't train for a thru hike on whatever trail it is number 1, it's not a race. 2, it's probably a huge waste of time. And 3rd, it's nearly impossible to imitate exactly what you're going to be going through. So how could you really train for something you're not sure on what it is? Okay, so 1, it's not a race. I'm sure that you knew this already, but chances are is that you're not going out there to try to break some record of how fast you can do whatever said trail it is that you're doing, right? The truth is that whenever you're doing this, you're gonna have plenty of time to get trained up yourself. And since it's not a race, you can go at whatever pace you want to. Chances are is that you're gonna be going at like maybe 8 miles a day. And by the way, 8 miles a day gives you plenty of time to sit in the woods and think, to stretch.
I have hemorrhoids! Doesn't even matter.
To do whatever it is necessary that you need to do in order to continue on your thru hike, your section hike, whatever type of hike it is that you're taking. And we're gonna cover gear and everything in preparation in a different video, but this is why, in my opinion, training is a little silly. Me personally, I've learned some mistakes from last time. Even though I only made it, as y'all know if you've watched the last 2 videos, I didn't make it very far, but I learned so much in that small time frame of something I'm gonna do differently. I was really gung-ho about like getting it done. We took like a 15-minute break, barely stopped for lunch, and there's so much beauty out there to be seen. And I wasn't taking it in because in my mind, I had a get there mentality. When really, I could take a break once every hour if I wanted to, once every 30 minutes if I wanted to sit down for 15 minutes, because it's not a race. Get there when you get there, but enjoy it along the way, because that's why you're going, right? You're going for the experience. You're not going so you can get it done super fast. So really savor it, because number 1, like I just said, it's not a race. Number 2 would probably be a waste of time. And here's why I'm saying that. Whenever you're out there, you're not bound by time. You have till the sun comes up, till the sun goes down to get wherever it is that you want to go. And by the way, you don't have to get anywhere that you want to go. You can stay in the same spot all day or stay in the shelter all day if that's what you need to do based on injury plans and whatnot. But the truth is, you might be wasting your time because you can't recreate the amount of time that you're going to be outside hiking unless you have no job and have all the free time in the world. Then maybe you could. The truth is, even hiking or walking a little bit per day, like let's say you get out and you have time to walk an hour a day, what is that going to do in the grand scheme of things? Because you're probably going to be walking for 8 hours or more a day. You're not going to be able to recreate the amount of time that you spend out there. And I don't want to get into point number 3 too early, but you can't really recreate what it is that you're going to be doing between the weight that you have on your back is always going to be changing based on food, based on water, based on if you're hiking with somebody who can help you slack pack. Everything's going to be different all the time, which I know I'm kind of getting too far ahead of myself. But chances are you're not going to have enough time to train anyways. Because if you really wanted to train for something like this, to walk this many miles a day, and we're not talking about running, because the problem is running actually uses totally different muscles in your body than what walking does. If you trained for this by running every day for like 10 miles, it actually wouldn't help you. I mean, it might help you in some ways, but as far as the walking aspect and the way that you're going to be sore walking is totally different than the way that you're going to be sore running. And lastly, number 3, you can't really recreate the terrain. So I know this kind of ties into point number 2, but the truth is, every single day, each state, wherever it is that you're going and you're hiking, especially if it's a long, what would be considered a thru hike, the terrain's going to be changing. The elevation's going to be changing. The path that you're walking on is going to be different from day to day. mud, sometimes it'll be dirt, harder ground, clay, rocks, you name it. And you're just not gonna be able to recreate that. My all-time advice to you though, since I know you're eager, you want to train, and now I'm telling you why you shouldn't train, but let me give you the good news. The good news is that you can get knowledgeable. So even though you can't train physically, the best thing you can do for any thru hike, and I cannot stress this enough, is to get enough knowledge about it, about the trail itself, about the equipment that you're gonna need, and I'm talking about specific equipment. And we're gonna get into specific equipment here in the next couple of weeks once everything comes in that I need. But that's one of the biggest reasons that I failed last time. I mean, sure, I had a little bit of a mental block, had some adversity, but I think if I would have had proper equipment, that would have saved me, at least for that day. Who knows how many days I would have made it after that, but you need to get information. So watch videos like this on YouTube. I mean, I know before we went our first time, I watched a ton of videos, but I still didn't watch enough, and since I'm kind of like the get by guy, as in like, oh, I had this rain jacket in my closet, blah, 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 it didn't work for me. So get knowledgeable and get prepared, but really know what you're after. So make sure you have the right equipment, the right outlook, the right knowledge on the trail, and also make sure you register. So whatever trail you're going to, if they require or if they ask you to register to know that you're out there, please do that. It's for your own safety, and I will be registered for my trip as well. So the biggest thing is to not prepare physically, because I promise you, you will have plenty of time. Plenty of time, especially that day when you got that big blister on your foot and you just want to walk at like 0.5 miles per hour. Guess what? You can do that because it's not a race. But please get knowledge. Don't do what I did. Don't half-ass it, because you will regret it. Especially if you put all this time and effort and you're committing to a thru hike specifically, or a longer sectional hike. Like, do yourself that favor. Because if you don't, you'll be kicking yourself, because you've probably been looking forward to this trip for a long time. So do yourself the favor and do it right. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Oh, don't forget to leave a comment and then like the comment. Not your own, like someone else's comment. And then like on the like that someone liked your comment, and subscribe. This is gonna be a really fun journey and adventure, and I'm selling you on it, ready? This is gonna be really good for your mental health. So whenever you press the subscription and it does a little sparkly thing it does now, make sure to go over to the right, there's a little bell, click it, and then boom. You're in the best spot you could possibly be in for this very moment. I don't know about the next moment, but now you are. So subscribe and hit the bell and turn on the notifications, because we're going somewhere. Subscribe for more cat.